go, babies.
I remember running a gambling Ponzi scheme with Peter Harrison off of the NCAA tournament.
Well, of course. Did you get paid?
Yeah, it worked out well.
Very good, then.
He was good at those things.
Yeah, liar and a thief. Back to Nardone, including the thongs and March Madness, was also visualizing or daydreaming about just being bludgeoned by those Warhammers. Were they in there too?
No, that's Bill. No,
That came later?
I would
That
never
came
think
later?
of that. I would not want to be suffocated with those things.
Got it. Okay, well, speaking of suffocation, Ray, why don't you suffocate us with your opening take as we start the show here on St. Patrick's Day?
You know, at first I was all about Bill Belichick being a bad GM, but now I'm going to your side, Richard. And from one Jew to another, Kraft, spend some fucking money, man. What the fuck is going on? And like my cousin said, maybe that video board costs more than we all thought, because maybe that's where all this fucking money is going and not going to the needs that they need on this team. We're going after number 2 wide receivers, bringing back some guys that made this team 8 and 9. Spend the money, man. Like, this franchise is just going downhill. Like, you wrote to the season ticket holders saying, you know, this was unacceptable last year. 8 and 9 will never happen again. Yeah, no shit's not going to happen again, because we're going to be 3-14 next year, fucking picking 5th in the draft. So unless he has some big elaborate plan coming up his sleeve, the dark days are upon us, boys.
I have so much to talk to you about on this subject, and Bobby, I'm assuming your opening take is somewhere along the line, so I'll let you go here in a second. But obviously, we've been text chaining throughout the week, as we do on this show, and now it could just be the contrarian in me, because I'll save it for the show, the text messages I got and the conversation I had, but. I don't totally disagree with you, Ray. Obviously, the Patriots free agency will be top of the board this evening that we talk about. So let me throw it over to you, Bobby. Opening take.
Yeah, I'm remaining cautiously optimistic. As I said, I'm on the verge of a breakdown.
Bullshit,
at any
by the
point.
way. Bullshit. Sorry to interrupt
Based
you.
off of anything that's happened, let me finish my fucking take, McPhee.
You're a fake fucking PVO. You're a fake fucking PVO. I'm PVO over here, and you're fake. I thought I was jumping on the positive vibes only Bobby train, the old bright lights Bobby, but no. As soon as I jumped on that train, you went dark side of the moon on me and left me fucking hanging.
One fucking thing, and
You went
maybe
dark side of
the
Fupa.
context didn't get to you. Okay, sorry. Next time I'll put little LOLs and little smileys so you know everything's good.
Yeah, put a
Now,
heart
where
emoji
the
next
hell
time.
was I? God damn it.
Go on with your
Fine.
fake cautious optimism.
Like I said, cautious optimism. They got all the housekeeping done. They re-signed everybody. You got to fill out the roster. Now is the time to make an actual move to do something to get players that matter. Right now, the offseason could tank or it could go up. They filled out the roster based off the draft, trades, whatever other signings they do. Now's the point to get some impact players in. We'll see what happens.
But no one wants to come play here.
They do not.
We'll get to that. I'm gonna shift gears. I'm gonna move it over to the hardwood. Oops.
Oh, I thought you were talking about what I did with your mother the other night. Layup.
Nope. I'm gonna talk about the Celtics laying down with just absolutely no, just no. What's the word I'm looking for? I don't know, because I had an Irene joke coming up that I was going to alley-oop myself. I'm going to self alley-oop it, and it got in the way of the actual
The
thing I
word
was
you're
trying
looking
to
for
say.
is folding.
Yeah.
Quitting.
She folds like a fucking French ham. The Celtics. You think the Patriots are in trouble? The Celtics are the team that has the most trouble right now. They are in the most dire need of a change because they are about to enter the playoffs as at one point prohibitive favorites to win the championship, and now are playing like they did a year and a half ago with all their bad habits coming out of the woodwork. And your leader of the team, Jason Tatum, playing like an absolute dookie. And I don't see a fix on the horizon. Now, we were supposed to have our resident Celtic professional and on the program today to walk us off the ledge, but I guess positive vibes only Bobby's going to have to do that because Jack bailed on us last minute, which Ray, you know is my absolute pet peeve. And next time he comes on the show, ooh, doggy.
Hey, he gave us a day warning yesterday.
That's true. And you know what? And he's in the
I
market.
like
It's not
Jack.
last minute.
I know. That's why.
What the fuck?
Fucking
He said
McPhee.
maybe. Fuck off, Bobby. Go to my shit
Fucking
right
positive times McPhee over the positive vibes McPhee.
now. And PVO, Bobby. And, if you're in the rental market anything can go bad, I guess. And
In Boston, nonetheless.
whatever. Fuck Jack. Show up. All right.
No way, man. No way.
So
That's a
what we're
fucking
talking
humble
about,
brag.
we're talking about the Celtics. We'll be talking about obviously the Patriots and their free agency. We're actually recording before St. Patrick's Day, but if you can't tell, my brain's a little bit slower than even normal some of mine's.
Welcome.
I've been drinking.
Welcome to my world.
I've been drinking this afternoon. It was a beautiful day today. I know your stupid ass Raymond has like 36 inches of snow up to your little tiny pee-pee, but I mean, it was like 60 and fucking beautiful today, and I'm feeling good.
Good for you, Rich. I'm happy
It was-
for you.
It was lovely here as well. No snow on the
No
ground.
one cares about Connecticut. PVO Bobby, fake.
Fine,
fake PVO Bobby.
fine,
Bad cop on you tonight. This first bad cop Bobby experience.
I remember my first 4 o'clock beer. Okay, can you handle it?
We'll see. I'm going to introduce a new segment.
Ooh,
another new segment.
I like this one, though.
Would you rather? We're talking about would you rather scenarios. Obviously, everyone has played the game. If you haven't, then you're a loser. We'll do sports, but we'll also do some topical subjects as well. Patriots free agency around the NFL. March Madness has started. No one cares. And simplest minds of the week. Got a couple good ones there for you. It's a long show. It's a good one, and I'm going to ramble my way through it. Welcome to the Simple Minds Sports Show, Friday rewind. St. Patrick's Day to you, March 17th. Didn't even have to look at the screen. Welcome to the show.
I got something troubling on my mind. I got something troubling on my mind. I got something loaded set aside.
I was gonna say, if you butchered today's date, like fucking A, man.
No, I am.
You're good. You're good.
I'm on the Christmas sale. No, what are these? 7.5. Fuck.
That a
Yeah.
boy. That a boy.
It's a good
Been a
percentage.
minute. It's been a minute. I've been on I meant to mention this to you too, Ray. I wanted to have a PSA. Maybe we'll put Sarah McLachlan over this.
I will remember you.
Been on a little bit of an attempted weight loss movement. Exercise,
You
eating
saw
well.
you saw my tits the other weekend, and you're like, "Fuck,
Yeah,
I got it
I
better."
just want to say I understand why you're still fat. It's hard. It's a
It
hard
is.
thing to do.
It is very.
Especially when you've got
Get angry.
delicious 7.5 percenters and you're dealing with 2 children. You don't have time for yourself, as Bobby knows.
Snacks.
A lot of snacks involved. You're just drowning your sorrows away in your vices. It's tough to shed that extra 10 to 12. What are you?
What do you call
35,
the
Ray?
fucking ambulance? Okay, Jesus.
Bobby hasn't gained
You
weight since high
whining isn't
school.
on the goddamn email.
Yeah. Bobby eats fucking slugs and dicks for dinner. That's all. That's how he stays slim.
Both high in protein.
Yeah. If you're watching on YouTube, you're welcome, motherfuckers. If you're listening on the podcast, iHeart, we are the best show on iHeart
By far.
by far. The numbers
Oh.
speak it. Number one. On iTunes, we are self-proclaimed, so it's just as good in this day and age. Wherever you're listening, wherever you're watching, tell your friends, tell your mothers, rate, subscribe, review. And tell them about W Energy Drink. That's DUBBY, no matter how I pronounce it. It's DUBBY.GG. Go there, type in Simple Minds for 15% off all of your orders. You get all of the drinks, the gummies, the shakes, whatever you're
Not
looking
Bill's
for.
gummies. Not Bill's gummies.
Not the downers. You're looking for the uppers here.
Uppers.
On the
Mhm.
old Dibby Dubbies. So get your Dibby Dubbies there at WWGG and have a hell of a day. Spark your morning up as you drown it away. All right, I'm gonna shake it up. We're gonna start Celtics with Jack, but he flaked on us because fuck.
He did flake out. Fuck you. No,
Fucking
fuck
Jack.
you. I like Jack. Jack's a good boy.
Another goddamn Gen Zer. I got a good Gen Z simplest minds of the week for you, Ray. Just
I
to,
saw that and it got
Yeah,
me
yeah,
angry.
yeah.
I was taking a shit when I saw the email pop through. I'm like, Richard!
did you click the link?
Of course.
Okay, yeah. I know I'm chanting the positive vibes only right now, but I'm definitely coming from a place of hate, and I'm just gonna try and bring you guys to my
To that
level.
point. I'm always there, man. I put a fake smile on all the time. I'm always in that
Yeah,
fucking
it's just-
world.
It's
I'm
just the
always angry.
It's the prescription that's helping me float above it, just barely.
Uh-huh. I'm on the cups of coming back
On
down.
the cups, as they say. All right, let's talk Patriots free agency to start the show. Miguel Barzan, Patriots cap on Twitter, he's got like we started following this guy when we started the show, and he was pretty well known for like people that follow the Patriots with a couple thousand followers on Twitter. He has 60,000 followers, and he's basically just a CPA that kind of calculates the cap for the Patriots and puts it on Twitter. Anyway,
the nerds love that shit. Like
God,
Bill
they
jerks
love
off
it.
that 45 minutes a day.
I just wanted to start here just to give you a baseline because we're going to talk free agency, and the cap doesn't totally matter, but money does, and the way that the maneuver does. As of this afternoon on March 16th, they had, call it 20 million in cap space, with some transactions that were still not accounted for. And last I checked, there was still last in cash spending per Andrew Callahan. This is what he says on Twitter. The Patriots currently hold the 5th most cap space in the NFL at 28.4. That was a little before a couple signings. And they rank last in active cash spending in 2023. And the gap between the Pats and the 20th ranked cash spending team is the same gap between the 20th ranked and the top cash spending team, which is the Browns. So just to spell it out for you, Ray, they are not spending any money on players, and therefore putting themselves directly in the line of mediocrity. And the teams that are spending money are 20 teams away from you, head and shoulders above you. And then there's some other thing that says that they're 13th in cash spending over the last 2 years, but that's Boston sports.
Yeah, the worse better. The worse the better.
Yeah, worse is better.
For us.
Worse is better. Okay, here's what we know. Here's the signings that they've made from inside the organization to start the year here. Mac Wilson was the latest, 1 year, 2.2. Jabril Peppers was brought back, 2 years,
Hold on.
11 million.
Look at Bobby's face real quick. How's that Pepper signing, Bill? He likes it. No, Michigan boy coming back for a nice little deal. Okay, go ahead.
Don't act like you didn't like Peppers.
I did, but I'm not a Michigan hard on like you are.
Really like peppers smothered in nacho cheese and
Ooh, I had chicken fajitas the other night with peppers and onions. It was fucking delicious.
Sounds
Little
wonderful.
sour cream, salsa on top. Man,
There you go.
thank
I'll
you.
call you mother's ass on Sunday. Going over.
There it is.
Chicken fajita. Miles Bryant.
Fuck
Thank
that
God.
guy, that fucking cunt. God damn, I hate that guy.
Thank
How
God
does
Miles
he keep
Bryant is
stealing
back.
money from us?
2.6 million. Bobby. Jonathan Jones was a big one. They got back 2 years, 19 million. We'll talk more about these in depth after. Let me just get through them. Carl Davis, the great Greg Bedard was big on this one, who likes the big fat guys in there. Carl Davis was back on a 1 year deal. Raekwon McMillan, a bunch of missed tackles and late to get to it. He's back. James Ferentz, been around, backup center. Connor McDermott, backup tackle, was awful. And Matthew Slater.
Nerd.
Matthew fucking Slater is back. Let's just the outside soundings from outside the team. The latest one, James Robinson coming back as a running back, third downish back, if you would. 2 years, 8 million. Juju Smith-Schuster, the biggest signing of the offseason. 3 years, 33 million. We'll get into the grade that he got from this third party. Ray, you're gonna like this. You're gonna like the grade that they got for this deal.
Now I have to click the link, you son of a bitch.
How do I Riley Reefer?
Riley Reed.
Riley Reed.
Reefer.
Some
Reed, she's
offensive
a porn
tackle
star.
and some other piece of shit offensive tackle, Calvin Anderson. One of them got 5 million. I'll leave it up to you to figure it out. And leaving the team, Jacoby Myers on that same 3 year, $33 million that Juju got. Jonnu Smith was the first move made in the free agency we haven't talked about yet for the league year. Traded to the Atlanta Falcons. They got a 7th round pick back for him miraculously. Devin McCourty retired after, I guess, extending. Save him $5 million on a cap.
How the league allows that to happen? You sign an extension and then immediately retire. Like,
It's fucking bullshit. Like,
it is ridiculous.
Not to understand that the cap is bullshit. Just go look at what the Rams have done in the past 7 years. The cap is bullshit. It's not real. It's just not.
Well, it's just there's the difference between whether you pay the cash or not. It's all about they just give all the money up front.
Yeah. If you're willing to shell out a bunch of cash, you can get around it. And Ray, RIP, bring Sarah McLaughlin back. Jake Bailey officially cut.
Yeah, but I just miss his girlfriend, not him.
Got it. Some rumors around the team today. Rip Van Winkle from Miami, linebacker Andrew Van Ginkel was in for a meeting. Rams safety Taylor Rapp. A lot of people are high on him. He won the Super Bowl with the Rams. Good stats. Don't know much about him because I don't watch a lot of Rams football, but Could be a replacement for McCourty. Wide receiver, Bisai?
BC.
Bissy?
BC.
BC. Pizza Johnson from the Vikings. Never gonna work out. And then the latest on DeAndre Hopkins is they're out on him, but save that. I'm still not quite buying. They're out on him. Okay, overall take. Start wherever you want. A lot of names there. Obviously, the big ones being Juju and Jacoby Myers out. Juju in, Jacoby Myers out.
The same deal.
Bobby, go ahead. PVO, fake PVO.
Yeah, I mean, it's just filling out a roster at this point. I mean, you got to keep. They're keeping guys. They're mostly reserves. They're special teams guys. They're guys they're comfortable with. It's all like, yeah, whatever. I mean, the only one, Jonathan Jones, that's a player you want. He starts. They're talking about him being the free safety. That doesn't make a lot of sense, but that's what they're saying. And I mean, you essentially swap Myers for Schuster. I've kind of come around on it. Like, I was annoyed with it yesterday, but I mean, I get he's a better player. He's a better athlete, but I just think with the Patriots history of integrating offensive players that, like, there's a greater risk involved with giving the same money than keeping a player who's shown that he can produce when he's also shown that he can produce in a situation which is pure shit, which was last year, the Patricia offense, mistakes of his or whoever's aside. So, in the fact that it was just the same deal is probably what irked me, but whatever. If he's your number 2 receiver and they still get a number 1, fine. That's an upgrade. It's just now there's everything in front of them with the draft. It looks like they've tried to set it up so that at 14, they could just pick the best available player, whether that's a defensive player, a tackle, or a receiver, whatever it is. And I think maybe through some sort of trade or other like second tier signing, they're going to address other needs because they still got all this caps, but they got like 20 million in cap space. Well, maybe a little bit less because it showed 2 signings weren't there, but there's still things to be done.
Can I give you another angle from the Juju Smith? And I agree with you. Everything that you've said, Bobby, everyone, Ray is talking about a 3-win team. The rest of the New England Patriots fan nation, or whatever you want to call them, is up in arms, not doing enough. There's not enough, no big splash. I'm just not there for a number of reasons. But before I get to that point, I agree with you that this is the way they always fucking do it. They handle the bottom to the middle part of their roster, and they establish their depth, and then they see what the market will allow them to do on higher profile players. The problem that a lot of fans have is there's a difference in opinion on what those players are worth. And generally, Belichick, Kraft, and the Patriots don't believe they're worth as much as fans. And frankly, it's a hard analogy to make because you had Brady for so years, but frankly, they're right. Frankly, if you go across the rest of the league and the big time signings that get made, not a lot of them work out. It's football. You need 100-something guys to go out there for 6 months and compete. So I had this thought in my mind for a blog today, Raymond. I didn't get around to writing it. I will on simplemindsports.com if you want to go there. Bill Belichick is the original nerd. Bill Belichick's philosophy can get you 65% of the wins that you need against the shit teams across the league, but you still need superstars to get over that hump. So they're not going to win 3 games. They're going to win 8 or 9. And if your quarterback elevates to the point that we thought he was going to last year, or if Bill O'Brien comes in and just being competent offense gets you a couple extra wins, you're going to be at double digits, because that's Belichick's baseline philosophy when it comes to coaching and when it comes to roster building. That was a long way of getting to this other thought I had on Juju Smith-Schuster. I think they're getting away from basically everything that happened on the offense last year, and that might even include Mac Jones. Lamar Jackson's name keeps getting floated around, but they're getting away from everything that happened on offense last year because it was fucking putrid. And Jacoby Myers was the only thing basically that worked on a regular basis to the tune of 80 catches in 800 yards. And the only guy that caught touchdowns, whoop-de-doo. He's a fucking converted quarterback that can't run routes very well, that made some really nice catches in tough spots. Juju Smith's better. He's better. He's a better wide receiver, Raymond.
Okay.
Go
My
on,
whole
your
pro-
initial take. That was my rant on the baseline of the free agency so far. Go ahead.
Yes, my whole problem is yes, this is what Belichick does. There, he makes sure he has all his roster positions filled, blah blah blah. But there's so many glaring holes on this roster that when you go to 14, like where are you going to address? You're going to
What is the glaring holes?
left tackle? Who's going to play left tackle?
Trent
Who's
Brown.
your number one wide receiver? Right,
Juju
right.
Smith-Schuster.
Juju Smith-Schuster is not a number one receiver, not on any team. Who's going to be your number one cornerback if Jonathan Jones is going to free safety and taking Devin McCourty's spot?
Real Peppers. I mean, Mills, Jalen Mills.
We saw what happened when Jalen Mills went up against the big boys, and he got.
Here's what happens with what you're saying, Ray, and what Bobby just answered you. If Juju Smith's your number one wide receiver, like Jacoby Myers was last year, if Jalen Mills is your number one quarterback, and if Trent Brown's your left tackle, you're a 10-win team. Because that's what they are. That's what they would have been this year.
No, they won't be, because they're going to be 0-6 in the division. Because if Aaron Rodgers comes to this division, you've never beaten Tua. You've never beaten Tua. Tua's undefeated against you. Aaron Rodgers, if he gets his binky and every other thing that the Jets are going to do for him, they're going to fuck them up. And the Bills, we can't do anything.
Ray's firmly in the camp of Rome is falling. He was like this fucking last year too, and the year before. The only year he wasn't like this was when they signed Cam Newton, which was the worst of all of the years.
And that's been traumatic. That's PTSD for me right now. That's why.
Yeah, you lack fucking foresight. Attach on to some of these fake PVO vibes from Bobby's giving off, Ray. You don't get it.
My beef, like I'm sort of with you, Ray, but my beef is that they're setting up the team so that the floor is 9 wins and the ceiling is 12. That's my beef.
I think
it's
it's
like
10.
10. It's like 9 and 10.
10,
Yeah, exactly. They're setting it up so that it is like this, like we're gonna be a mediocre team that is gonna win games and like maybe we'll get into the playoffs for like 2-3 years. Basically, Belichick's setting it up so he gets his record and then he's fucking leaving. That's what's happening. And now all this talk about cash spent has me wondering, like, would Belichick want other things, or he knows that like Kraft is never gonna fucking spend it? Because why else would he ever make that comment? But like, I still think that he believes in value because it's a competitive edge. But like, I do obviously think that he would want to just spend money in situations when it is beneficial to him. But I don't think that they'll be a bad team. I think if Aaron Rodgers go there, they don't beat the Jets twice. Maybe they split, but they'll beat other teams that maybe they shouldn't. So they're
the common misconception
with good luck, they win another game.
This is the common misconception with Belichick, is that he hates talent. No, like the Belichick and Kraft are in lockstep of not paying high-end talent unless it's for a specific player. Stephon Gilmore got the highest contract ever for a cornerback in the history of the league. Ever. They signed him first day of free agency, gave him a bag of money. Give a bag of money. Matthew Judon's getting paid $18 million a year. They'll pay guys. They don't just only pay a certain amount of guys. They only pay a certain amount of guys, and that does come back to ownership. And the idea that Belichick doesn't like talent is ludicrous. But just go look at, he signed Darrelle Revis for $20 million a year for 1 year. It happens. It just depends on the position, the player, and circumstance. They spent $100 million in cash 3 years ago with the Hunter Henry year.
And who else was there? Who was the other tight end they signed with that money?
Jonnu Smith. But you know what else they did? They got to 10 wins on a rookie quarterback and made it to the playoffs. You want to tell me that didn't work? You want to tell me Matthew Judon didn't work? You want to tell me Jalen Mills has been bad? You want to tell me that Hunter Henry was bad? He caught 10 touchdowns that first year. You want to tell me that was bad? No, it wasn't bad. What fucked it up was their goddamn lazy-ass decision to bring Matt fucking Patricia to run their offense last year. Mm-hmm. If that didn't happen, if Josh McDaniels stayed in place, or he had the balls to go behind Saban's back and bring Billy O'Brien in last year, we'd be talking about a 10-11 win team that went to the playoffs, that probably lost in the first round. Mac Jones made some strides, and you had guys like Kendrick Bourne and Jacoby Myers, and maybe they go for Parker, probably not. There's a Matt Patricia guy who fucking sucks. So you'd be talking about an offense that made steps forward, and you'd be talking about a team that is somewhere in the upper middle class that's probably still not competing for a Super Bowl, but is maybe a couple pieces away. And you're still, at the end of the day, 100% reliant on what your quarterback evolves into. That's it. If Mac Jones gets himself to Jalen Hurts level in his third year in the league, Look out AFC Championship game. That's the team you have. They're not a 3-win roster. They're an AFC Championship team roster if Mac Jones can elevate to even what Tua was if he didn't have a brain of fucking porridge. If Tua didn't have a porridge brain, they would have been competing in the playoffs because of the talent that they put around him and the type of quarterback he is. Mac's the same fucking guy. They're all these Alabama guys. Put some talent around them. They can play.
What do you think the Vegas sets the over/under at for wins for the Patriots going into 2023? It's not out yet. I'm just asking.
I thought that was a leading question. I thought you were going to.
No, I'm just asking. No, I'm just asking you guys. What do you think it would be?
Actually, it's probably because the odds of them winning the division right now is plus like 1,000. I think you'll get good odds in the Patriots. I'd take it. I think they'd probably
put it at 8.5.
I think it's high.
You think it's higher?
No, I think they'll probably be like 7.5.
I think it's gonna be lower than previous years.
Can I give you the grade on the Juju Smith-Schuster trade? This is from the 33rd team. This is what they had to say about this. Right? Ears up. Patriots hope for a good Juju. You see what they did there?
I did. I like that.
How much are they paying that fucking writer? Come on.
I like that.
How dare you, Bobby? Until we get some fake Bobby PVO on SimpleMindSports.com, we can't.
I also
we have
made it
nothing
very clear that I was going to bitch no matter what happened in that text chain. Okay.
He did.
That's fair. No, he did. No, yeah, he called it. Terms: 3 years, $33 million, $22.5 million guaranteed. Juju Smith-Schuster took a 1-year deal with the Chiefs last season, and it paid off with the Super Bowl title and a nice raise from $9.2 million he made with KC. It's interesting that the terms are the same in total money and per average to ex-Patriot receiver Jacoby Myers, who signed in Las Vegas for $11 million per. And it's the same as Alan Lazard's deal with the Jets. Collusion. I added that. So perhaps the Patriots prefer Juju Smith-Schuster over the two players based on his career productivity. 400 catches, 4,800 yards, being significantly greater, and he's the same age as Myers and a year younger than Lazard. Smith-Schuster was the second-round pick with the Steelers in 2017, had his best season in 2018, 11 catches, 1,400 yards, 7 touchdowns. After an injury-filled season in his final year in Pittsburgh, he missed 12 games. He was productive with the Chiefs last offseason, 78 catches, 933 yards, second most in his career, and 3 touchdowns. He's more of a possession receiver who is a great route runner and a deep threat. This is a good signing at a need position for New England. Grade A-.
That Juju Smith-Schuster joke in the beginning was stupid.
I feel much better now. So now that guy's giving it an A-, I'm feeling
Don't you?
good.
Doesn't it feel better to read positive things about something that
does.
you don't feel great about?
It does.
You're welcome.
Fuck that guy.
You're welcome. There's a good. Do you want? I think there was one more. They got a good grade on. You want me to try and find it?
One of the signings got a good grade. Must be James Robinson.
Was it Riley Reef?
No, Sounds of Silence himself, Jonathan Jones.
No.
Player, cornerback, Jonathan Jones, 2 years, $19 million. This is worth talking about because it is a good deal. And he's not a number.
He's a good player.
He's a good player. I called him Sounds of Silence for a reason. Nobody was making noise on him until was it Diggs or was it Chase that he was it Chase first?
Diggs
It
first.
was
It was
Justin
Diggs
Jefferson.
Justin Jefferson. You're right, yeah.
It was Thanksgiving Massacre. Yes.
Yeah, he got fucking owned.
Oh yeah.
Owned, and he will get owned by the top receivers. He's not a number one. Fact, and he didn't get paid one. He didn't ask to be one.
But he's the type of guy. He skins everybody.
Yeah.
He what?
He skins them.
Sorry.
Are you not familiar with the term?
No. Can you elaborate?
Is it racist? I'm going to get the beep ready.
It means that he can't stay with them. He runs by him. Never heard it?
No.
Really?
Is that a Connecticut thing?
I thought it just meant when you went with a friend, and you skinned him. You gave him some like a hand, like in the 50s, where
one of those,
like a little palm slide.
Some skin.
Give me some skin, bro.
That and the scalping by the Indian.
That's where I thought he was
Well,
going.
yeah,
That's where I thought he
that's
was
why-
going. Yeah, but I thought it was like a black thing. I didn't know if we we're gonna be able to. This is what the 33rd team says. 2 years, $19 million, $13 million guaranteed. This is an important re-signing for the Patriots secondary, especially after safety Devin McCourty's retirement. Jonathan Jones was probably a slot corner in his first 6 years after joining the Patriots as an undrafted player. He stepped up to be the team's top corner corner with 4 interceptions, 56 tackles after J.C. Jackson left last year in free agency. Ooh, there's a good place to stop. Do you think he saw J.C. Jackson go? It was like, okay.
Yeah, but J.C. Jackson got
There's
paid.
something to be said about being the number 2 cornerback in the Patriots system as an undrafted guy. Malcolm Butler, J.C. Jackson, here I am. Let's not push my luck. You want to give me $13 million guaranteed? Okay, I'm going to stick around. You got it, Bill. He played Bill's game. You fucking made me. You could pay me. You got it.
I think I read that that Jonathan Jones is the only player the Patriots have drafted that they've offered 2 contracts to in the past like 10 years.
McCourty.
But
and
like after
Oh, no, but
McCourty,
yeah. He was
like
drafted,
after
yeah.
McCourty.
Yeah. That's probably
So
true.
like they actually they like him. They really like him.
They never
Everybody
give
else
2
they let
contracts.
walk.
Yeah, they never give 2 contracts, and they wouldn't have unless he signed for an under market value, which
Yeah.
is what he did. They go on to say, let's see, Jones is a 2-time Super Bowl champion in New England who receives high praise from Coach Belichick for his preparation and communication skills, along with a solid play. This is a good value signing for a team on a fine cornerback grade, A-. Good signing.
This offseason's going well.
You delusional fucks.
Doing
is
so
going
good.
real well. Ray, I don't think you've had an opportunity to really get out as much angst as you'd like. So
This team sucks. This team
Does-
fucking sucks. This roster, everyone they're bringing back sucks. This is fucking stupid. I can give it as a grade of fucking F- because all these players fucking blow. This team was 8-9 last year. You think bringing back fucking Miles Bryant's going to make this team any better and get 10 wins? No. Aaron Rodgers is coming to this fucking division. He's going to own us. The Jets are going to fucking beat us. We're going to lose to the Bills. We're going to lose to the fucking Dolphins. We're going to go 0-6. You
What-
fucks. What don't you fucking see about this? Jesus
Well,
Christ.
what
Go
if they-
get
wh-
someone.
What if they traded their second for Jerry Jeudy, drafted a starting corner
They
at 14,
won't,
and
though. That's
assigned a
the
few other
problem.
guys to put things up? Then what would you do?
They won't. They won't.
Yeah, I
do
know they
this.
won't. I know.
Every year, I say it's like I say I'm going to lose weight every year. It's not going to fucking happen. I'm going to be fat and obese, and the Patriots aren't going to go get anyone that needs to be on this fucking roster. This fucking roster sucks.
So you're gonna go Bengals or Jets this year?
Bengals.
Yeah.
now, if they were to make a move,
If they get Lamar, I'll take it all back. If they go out and fucking make a splash at quarterback and get Lamar, take it
is
all
there something in between? Because here's what I'll tell you: the draft is not going to do anything for me. It's not going to do anything for me. If they get the kid from Ohio State,
back. No, I want you to say it. I want you to say it.
I don't know his name.
I want you to say it.
In
Give it a try.
Nijubu?
Jackson Smith and Jigba.
Jackson
Nah,
Smith.
yeah.
Jigba.
JSN.
Got it. If they draft him 14, I'm just gonna be nervous. Like that it's not gonna work. I don't have any faith in that working out. It 14 is probably right on the cups of me being okay with them just taking a player purely on the talent at those positions, like wide receiver, or if they went cornerback there. That's like right on the cups of can't miss based on just talent. And then you just have to rely on them not fucking it up with their coaching and system, which they tend to do with cornerbacks and wide receivers. And I
Not
just don't
corners.
trust that to fucking happen.
Corners,
Yes.
they don't.
They're
Yes,
great
they
at
do.
undrafted corners, but if they draft them, they fuck them up.
undrafted wide receivers that they can just mold.
Why? Who's the last corner that they fucked up?
You pick one.
I don't know,
Joanne
Duke
Williams.
Dawson, Razai Dowling,
Oh, yeah.
Juwan Williams.
I leave
anybody
that
from
bad
the
stuff
second
out of
round?
Guy
the-
from Florida,
That's what-
Duke Dawson.
No, he went to Denver right away. They traded
He's a
his
bum.
ass. Mhm.
He got arrested for shooting somebody. Okay, well, look, obviously it's Thursday. Free agency is technically 48 hours in, untechnically 4 days in. There's a lot can happen. Like I said off the top, I think Belichick and Kraft have reverted back to their baseline philosophy of, like what Bobby said, set your rosters, set your the middle of it and the bottom of it, and then see what shakes out value-wise to bring in top-end talent. And that worked with Brady. It's all going to depend on how they handle Mac Jones and how good he is. That's it. Wrap your head around that.
3 months.
Okay, let's throw it over to headlines with the obvious one.
Thank you there, Richard. And happy St. Patrick's Day to y'all. Finally, the Celtics got some Irish luck beating the Timberwolves 104-102. The Celtics were led by Jaylen Brown with 35 points. Next up tonight, 10 p.m. against the Trailblazers. Who's shitting the Bruins' lucky charms? After splitting games with the Red Wings over the weekend, they go and lose to the Blackhawks Tuesday 6-3. Linus Ullmark is looking like his 2021-2022 self. And again, it's coming to a terrible time. Bees take on the Jets as we record. I don't have a score. If you do, Richard, you want to throw it out there? No. All right. And Patriots news.
I wasn't
Bill
listening to. What did you say?
Bruins score. Bruins score.
Oh, sure. Yeah, just wait. Hold on. Just leave it for dead air for 1 sec.
In Patriots news, Bill Belichick is a grumpy old leprechaun doing everything in his power.
Ray, I have the score if you'd like.
Oh, boop, 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 boop. Yep, go ahead.
2-0 Bruins.
Oh, nice. So maybe their luck is turning around.
Sure.
Bill Belichick is trying to do.
If you'd like, I could give you the scores.
Nope. Infuriate Patriots Nation as they sign a TikTok star
Trent
and
Frederick
receiver,
scored, assisted by Tyler
to a
Bertuzzi.
3-year,
And
$33
Pavel
million
Zacha,
deal.
had the
But
second
as
goal,
Tom E. Kern
assisted
has
by
stated,
Orloff
we need
and Brandon
to
Carlo.
relax. March Madness is upon us, and upsets are happening. Down goes Virginia, the number 4 seed, losing to Furnham, number 13 seed. What state is Furnham in? While you do that, and the Ivy League has done it again as Princeton takes down. Really?
Fern Gully.
Oh. Takes down number 2 Arizona, and finally the Revs follow the rainbow to LA.
The Bruins are currently leading in
gold.
faceoffs 11-9.
This has been headlines
icing
with the
penalties?
obvious one.
There's
Back
been
to
one
you,
icing
you
penalty, and they
fucking
actually are
cunt.
losing in
You
shots
piece of
7-14.
shit. I hope someone
with,
shits in your
2
fucking
goals.
lucky charms, you cunts. Back to you, Richard.
Around the NFL, obviously a lot of stories going on. What's the biggest one? Aaron Rodgers is probably the biggest one, right? Aaron Rodgers.
Nope.
Okay, well, we'll get to your fucking opinion of the obvious one.
So he just says he
obvious
wants to go to the Jets, but he has to get traded there. What if the Packers are like, nah?
They already have a deal in place, but he has demands that want to be met before he signs on the dotted line.
This whole thing, he's saying it's being held up because the Packers are not getting what they want in return from the Jets. But what a fucking douchebag. By the way, this is why I don't think you're right on the 0-6 in the division, right? Aaron Rodgers is a lunatic. He's a fucking lunatic.
Did you see the
think
interview
he's
he
going to
had
be
with?
dedicated enough to go to New York?
But
with
how
the
can he even say that
Jets?
he wants to go to the Jets with a straight face?
Nobody wants
says
him.
Nobody says that.
No, nobody wants Aaron Rodgers. The only people that want him are the Jets. You know how I know that? Because they're bending over backwards, signing Alan Lazard for 11 years. What did he get? 33?
3 years.
11 million
$34
per. Alan Lazard's not worth that. You know how I know that? They're pursuing Randall fucking Cobb, Mercedes Lewis, the wish list of Aaron Rodgers. You know how I know Aaron Rodgers doesn't have a market? Because the Jets are bending their asses over backwards for Aaron Rodgers to bone them as he comes in and doesn't give a fuck about that team and quits halfway through. And whatever Geno Smith goddamn locker room fiasco is about to happen in New York, I'm all game for. Who's the rookie wide receiver? Who's the offensive player of the rookie of the year last year for the Jets? Wilson, Garrett Wilson.
Garrett Wilson Jr.
That fucking kid's gonna get shut out. He's gonna be pissed.
No, he was very happy on Twitter. He was happy
I'm
on
sure
Twitter.
he was on Twitter. Yeah, Twitter's real life. No, what a fiasco this whole thing is. Aaron Rodgers is such a douchebag.
God, what happened to fucking positive vibes of fucking Rich over here?
I was
Jeez.
smiling the whole time.
Oh, sorry. But when he gets his wish list and he goes there, that's going to be some big news. What does he go for? What do you think?
Yeah, what do you even ask for
You
like
think
a
it's got
38-year-old
first?
quarterback?
Ooh, I think that's too much. I think it's going to be like a second and maybe like a future fourth.
That's like just an unprecedented trade of like such an older player.
Yeah. What did Favre go for when he went to the Jets?
He was a free agent, right?
No, he got
No,
traded
he
there because he
traded
wanted to
him.
go to the Vikings. That was the whole
I have
thing,
no
and they-
idea. I
It's a
couldn't
good
tell
question
you.
for the obvious one. Why don't you look that up as I give you my opinion? Let me ask you this, Bobby: are the Jets that you saw them last year, Aaron Rodgers away from winning the Super Bowl?
Winning the Super Bowl, no, but being a better team, winning games, yes.
Then what's the point? He's going to play for you for 2 years. So you're just going for ticket sales and headlines and seeing if you can make a little noise.
Yeah, I mean, I understand why they would do it to get Aaron Rodgers. I mean, so they just drafted Wilson. He's a bum. So then now they're left in a position where they need to get a quarterback. So they're like, all right, we'll take 2 years of this guy, and then we'll go back to the rookie pool after that. So they're probably just trying something different, just because everything that they do ends up not working. So why not try something different?
Well, that's why it's not going to work, because it's not grounded in a solid ideology of why they should do it. Raymond, you get
It was a conditional 4th-round pick that turned into a 3rd.
That's
it. That's it.
Got the third.
That's it.
Aaron Rodgers won the MVP 2 years ago.
I know.
He first might be high, but
So maybe a 3rd. Maybe a 3rd.
the Jets want the Packers to eat some money, and that's not happening, I guess. All right. Jalen Ramsey, we didn't talk about this, traded to the Dolphins. Obviously, they made a lot of Patriots fans mad. Only a 3rd-round pick and some bum tight end. Patriots should have been in this, yeah?
I got
For a
crucified
third,
on
yes.
this. Yeah, I got crucified on this because Jonathan Jones had better stats last year, bro. What are you talking about? It's fucking Jalen Ramsey. Put Jalen Ramsey and Jonathan Jones now together. Holy shit, you got a fucking dynamic duo right there. And for a 3rd and then guaranteed money, why not do it? You got the cap space. You got the 5th most in the league. Fucking go do it.
Because cheap ass Kraft doesn't want to shell out the bread.
Wasn't even that much money. I think it was like 19
wasn't.
million.
Yeah, it wasn't much.
So he's like the 4th highest paid cornerback in the league. He's a top 5 cornerback in the league. And yeah, no shit, he had worse stats than Jonathan Jones. Jonathan Jones was covering number 2s and number 3s all season. Jalen Ramsey takes on the top guy every week. I don't think
Samuel, fucking
I don't think Jalen Ramsey. We talked about like best cornerbacks in Patriots history. I don't think he's Tyler, Stephon Gilmore, Darrell Revis. I don't think he's that level. But he's still a top guy in the league, and I said it from the beginning of last year, maybe the year before. You need Bill Belichick's defense needs that guy on the outside.
Mm-hmm.
It completely sets up the rest of what they're going to do. Jalen Mills is not that guy. Sorry.
They'd probably go back to the old setup where Jonathan Jones and somebody else would double the one guy, number 1, and Jalen Ramsey would lock down the 2.
Think about it. The depth that you've had with keeping up with the Joneses between Marcus, Jonathan, and Jack. You got 3 Joneses there in the secondary that you can kind of shuffle in between. And now what are you going to? You're relying on future Hall of Famer Jack Jones to develop into your number 1 guy.
He's
fucking
about reliable
hates
as
it.
Jack
Yeah.
from Heavy.com.
Speaking of quarterbacks, Jamel Dean went to the Bucks, so there's another guy off the market for you. We didn't talk about this totally. No one is in on Lamar Jackson. Not a single soul. The Colts said they might be, but
Well, are
been
they
going
in on
after
it,
every
or do they
quarterback.
not want to announce that they're in on it? Because announcing they're in on it means you hate your starting quarterback.
Well, at this point, I think you have to just do it, right?
They couldn't start talking until yesterday at 4 p.m. That's why.
Well, that was fucking yesterday at 4 p.m. Still nothing we've heard nothing.
Well,
I heard the Colts
he
who
represents
are in on
himself.
every quarterback ever.
He represents himself, and he's probably not answering the phone.
Yeah,
What's
Lamar
gonna
doesn't
happen?
want to go to Indianapolis. He's
What's
like,
going to
yes,
happen with
pass.
Lamar Jackson? What's going to happen
He stays in
Probably going to play
Baltimore.
for the Ravens.
under the franchise tag?
Yeah.
Yep.
That's good. That's bad for him, right?
Oh, very bad.
Huh.
Remember that guy, Booby Joe? What was the guy's name in Friday Night Lights? Booby Miles. It's gonna be Booby Miles. He's gonna tear his ACL, and his uncle's gonna come out on the field and be like,
It's
"Motherfucker."
racist, right? Why are you compare him to a guy named
If he
Booby?
was really offered the 3 years, 133.
He said it was
I mean,
lies.
I'm sure he probably he's hung up on the whole Deshaun Watson thing. I mean, in the end, 3 years. I think they said he'd be 29 at the end of the contract, and then he could dip in again and get another big money deal when the money is up more per year after 3 years. So
Yeah.
theoretically, he'd be able to have his most earning potential at that point, and he would still been guaranteed his 133.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but look at the table life of these quarterbacks nowadays, especially rushing quarterbacks. He's one hit away he's always injured every year. So one hit away and his career's over. So probably he wants a longer, more guaranteed deal so he can
No, he wants the Deshaun Watson deal. I read this today that he's caught up on the idea that he's better than Deshaun Watson, so he deserves that
rape anyone.
contract. Like this is really really hurting not having an agent in his ear going, "Hey, look, Not everyone's the Cleveland Browns. There's only one of those teams out there that are stupid enough to give him that contract. They already are backing off that. They've already had to restructure it so they could sign like anybody this year. No one's gonna fucking give you that. 3 years, 133 million guaranteed for a guy that hasn't finished the season, non-injured, and has won one playoff game. Guy, fucking take it. What's wrong with you? We'll see. We'll see. I don't know who else needs a quarterback that could even dip in at this point.
Panthers.
No, they're
Patriots.
going for CJ. You're going for CJ Stroud. They already got it under control.
Speaking of the Panthers, the Bears trade big moves here. The number 1 overall pick. So they got DJ Moore acquired in a trade with the Carolina Panthers in exchange for the number 1 overall pick. The Bears also received the number 9 overall pick in 2023, a 2023 second rounder, a 2024 first, and a 2025 second. Holy shit. I actually didn't read this before that. The Bears traded the first overall pick in a draft with no consensus first overall pick for all they had to do was go back 8 picks in this year's draft.
A great trade for them.
They got this year's second rounder from the Panthers. They got next year's first rounder from the Panthers, and they got next year's second rounder from the Panthers and DJ Moore.
And we know the Panthers are going to suck, so they're going to get
Holy shit.
Yeah. Bears better not fuck
killed
that up.
it.
Yeah.
They
That's
still get a top 10
insane.
player.
And they went out and signed Tremont Edmonds, your guy Bobby, 4 years, $72 million, pretty high for a linebacker. I'll give you that, but $50 million guaranteed. That didn't work out terribly well with Khalil Mack when they traded for him, but whatever. They're going all in. And with the Jesus Christ, I guess I didn't read that all the way through. I can't believe they got that much for the first overall pick. To go back 8 spots?
They say they could trade again because they don't really need a need.
yeah.
They could go back even more and get more
When your
assets.
team's that
It's
bad,
Such a
just get
deep
more
draft
players.
in tight end, cornerback, wide receiver in positions that it's not cornerback. You're even left tackle. Your even left tackle is what, like 2 or 3 that are considered all pro, like outside of the top 10. Like if you don't need one, then what the fuck?
Yeah.
Holy
Trade
shit!
back and keep choosing whoever you think's the best player.
Oh, it's gonna be exciting to see how the Bears fuck this up. They're definitely gonna fuck it up.
Yeah.
No, of course. They always do. It's
At
the
number
Bears.
9, they'll draft that guy from Georgia that got in the car race, and then some more will come back out. He'll get suspended.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
get
He
all
actually
fucked
shot
up.
the guy driving. That's why they
Yeah,
crashed.
exactly. Him and
Yeah.
Sean Kemp pulled over.
Fucking Rain Man, who, by the way, had that story all wrong. Never was in a drive-by, but you can look that up on your own time, listeners. For as far as we're concerned, the
He's
Rain
still-
Man was
yeah, still-
raining down.
We were told
cheddar.
we were told in a timely manner it was a drive-by.
Yeah. Holy shit! All right, it's late. I told you I was drinking. Orlando Brown to the Bengals, 4 years. Another guy.
Big one. That's the one. That's the one. Joe Burrow gets protection, baby. Let's go.
Fucking all right. Moving on. The Chiefs got a new left tackle after Orlando Brown left, and Jawan Taylor, highly coveted from the Jags. I don't know anything about him. 4 years, $80 million. Jordan Poyer back to the Bills. That was a big one. So this is not confirmed, but I'm going to confirm it. Did not want to play for Bill Belichick. Went back for the Bills for less. Didn't want to go play for Bill. This is not the first guy that's talked about this. Another guy, Darius Slay, who was cut by the Eagles on Twitter, and one of his ex-teammates from Detroit talking about, quote unquote, the Patriot way, revolving around Josh McDaniels trading Darren Waller to the Giants a week after his wedding, and how that was insensitive, and that's the Patriot way. It's a little bit of a lead into the Gen Z story I have for you, Ray. What's
the appropriate amount of time to wait?
I didn't get this. It was insensitive of them to trade a guy because he got married. What are you talking?
Fucking work, baby.
On my honeymoon.
You still got a job. Who gives a fuck? You're going to New York now. Isn't he
The fuck are we talking?
former drug addict?
You just assume that because he wears a Raiders jersey. I
No,
don't.
He is. He is a former drug addict.
Well, then it should be issued no rights whatsoever forever.
Thank you. Thank you. That's where I was going with that
Fucking
story.
guy. Anyway, there's a sentiment across the league that no one really wants to play with Bill Belichick, Ray. So that's right up your alley.
Yeah,
Weird.
everybody seems to hate the Patriots.
Weird.
Here's your backup quarterback carousel. Jimmy G goes to the Raiders as a starter.
Backup? Backup quarterback? Jimmy G's a
He-
starter, motherfucker.
Yeah, not the money. The contract doesn't say that. What's he getting paid? 20?
Who's he competing with?
Who is fucking Mike White competing with?
Tua.
Mike White.
Tua in that scrambled brain. You already talked about it.
Who was he competing with against the Jets? They consider him a backup. You think Jimmy
motherfucker,
fuck
Zach
you. I'm not
Wilson.
getting into this fucking conversation with you. Jimmy G to the Raiders, Derek Carr to the Saints, Jared Stidham to Denver, Mike White to Miami, Baker Mayfield to the Bucks. Baker Mayfield, he's a starting quarterback for you too, Ray? Number one
Yep.
overall pick?
Yep.
Okay. Any of those? You want any of those guys starting for you on the Patriots?
No. No.
Jimmy G, maybe.
Okay. Zeke
Jimmy
Elliott
G.
cut.
That was 3 years too late.
Yeah. Austin Eckler wants out of the Chargers. Good for him. That's a ship going nowhere.
Maybe the
What would
Rams
you
will
get up for? What would you give up for Austin Eckler?
3rd round pick.
Oh, I'd offer him like a 5th.
I'd go 3rd. He'd do well in that offense.
Pass catching back. We need that desperately.
Yeah, I think he would be great.
They just got one, James Robinson.
Hmm.
I'm much higher on the James Robinson pick than a lot of people.
2 for 8. What do you think Harris is going to get?
Not
Would you
that.
bring back Harris for 2 for 8?
Fuck
Practice
no,
squad-
dude
practice
can't
squad
stay on the
player.
field. He can't catch a ball. No.
We said that, 3 years ago, that his brain was going to be scrambled because all
I
he
said
would
that
do-
the second he broke out, the first breakout run he had, I went, oh shit, that guy runs way too high up. His chest is going to get destroyed. A week later, it's fucking
He does run hard.
chest
but
plates
he gets hurt.
collapse.
He does run hard.
No,
yeah.
look, James Robinson, people are going to look at him. James Robinson is going to fill the Kevin Falk, James White. He's going to fill that role. People are going to learn to love this guy. It's an out of the box signing from the Patriots. They generally draft that guy and they pay him cheap, and then he comes back cheap in the quote unquote Patriot way that Darius Slay hates. But this guy's going to fill that need, and I asked for that way long ago. That was the need that they needed to fill, because Ramondre Stevenson is not fucking Barry Sanders as much as every Patriots fan wants to tell you he is. He's good. He's very good, but he's not. There's no such thing as 3-down back in the NFL anymore. You need a guy that can go out there and catch a ball. James Robinson can do that for you. And then Stephon Gilmore traded to the Cowboys, 5th round pick. You traded him for a 6th, so good for you.
Mhm.
Final thoughts around the NFL? Anything I missed?
No, that's great. You're great.
Thank you. You're great.
You're great. I can't wait to play this game.
Would you rather?
Thank you. That was great. You're great. Holy shit, we haven't talked to Celtics either. God damn.
Now let's
All
just go. Would you rather? Do the would you rather?
right. Okay. We'll do Would You Rather.
We'll do the big heavy segment with Jack next week.
Got it. Quick break.
Quick break. Thunder headlines with the obvious one.
Thank you. Okay. Welcome to our new segment. Would You Rather? We're going to talk about scenarios that you would like to be in, or other scenarios that you would like to be in more or less. If you haven't played the game before, listen up. The rules are
You're a
pretty
fucking
simple.
loser. If you've
Sure.
never played this, you're a fucking loser.
Yeah, wicked bad loser. Okay, let's start with the football. Let's keep the football train rolling. Let's go with a Lamar Jackson question. I'll you guys can answer at will here. Would you rather have Lamar Jackson on the Patriots constantly competing for a Super Bowl and being in the playoffs, similar to what the Ravens have been, but never punching through? Say you even get there, maybe once, maybe twice, but never actually winning. Or would you rather tank with something like Bailey Zappi and draft the next guy?
Give me Lamar.
Let me tank with the Zap Daddy.
You.
If you're telling me we're never gonna win big,
So you'd
if
rather
the
go.
choice is just Lamar or Zappy, I'll take Lamar. But if you're telling me we're not going to win a Super Bowl, you're telling me this isn't going to work. So I'll tank with the Zap Daddy.
What
I'll
do we-
enjoy that season thoroughly.
What do we bitch about
multiple
most
seasons.
about-
No, the tanking is constant until you find the next guy. So you could
So
be
are you
the
just going to
Lions.
keep Zappy indefinitely?
You just keep fucking drafting. You just keep drafting the next guy until it works.
and then
It-
just keep Zappy on a shitty
Yeah,
deal.
Zappy's
over and
always
over
there. He's
again?
basically
Yeah.
the next Brian Hoyer.
Ah,
I have a
Yeah,
second
definitely
or
Lamar.
for you. I have a second or for you. You keep Mac Jones and you just wait until
Pass.
he goes and wins.
wow! You didn't let him finish.
Okay. All right. Well, there you go.
I just want to be entertained. That's why. Give me a little. Even if we don't
You're
win
so
a Super Bowl,
full of shit, Ray. By the
come on, how
second year-
boring was
by
that?
The
Was
second year,
every
this guy
fucking year,
walked
I
into
want to
a
feel
fucking
something again,
playoff
Richard.
and
I
was-
don't feel anymore. I want to feel.
You had 6 for fucking 19 throwing the
Jesus.
ball and like lost because he threw an interception. You'd be like, fuck this fucking guy. This fucking guy can't play in the playoffs. Where's Mac Jones? Mac Jones can actually throw a fucking pass. There's no accuracy. Black guy. Like you'd be fucking going nuts. You'd be fucking going nuts. Next example. Would you rather trade the number 14 overall pick this year for Jerry Jeudy or Cortland Sutton, the 2 wide receivers from the Broncos who are highly rumored to be on the trade block? Or would you rather select JSN from Ohio State? What I don't know. It's Smith
Njigba.
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 Let's just call him Matt Sullivan. That would make things very easy for us to remember.
Jigaboo.
Jigaboo ding ding.
Jigaboo dang dang. JSN. I'll get his name. Would you rather select JSN or whatever? You want to pick a receiver there? You want to take Zay Jones from BC, right?
No,
Go for it.
no.
Or would you rather trade the 14 pick for known commodity and Jerry Jeudy, or would you rather draft the wide receiver of your choice at 14?
Give me the guys that are in the league already and proven and that Bill Belichick can work with. I don't like the surprises. Ever since N'Keal Harry was drafted in the first round, I don't trust Bill Belichick to do anything right. So this kid would be a bust. So give me the known commodity in the NFL. Give me Jerry Jeudy or Cortland Sutton.
I would take Smith and Jigba.
You fucking dink.
You'd have to pay those
Bobby
guys
loves
next
college
year,
football.
and you lose a pick.
Yeah,
It would be the better move. It would be the better move.
You're
for the
just
Patriots.
you have such PTSD from
Yeah.
N'Keal Harry and his unbelievably sprained ankle with the Bears that you can't
Yeah.
fathom them taking anybody. Give me
Yeah.
Zay Jones and Soaring Eagles.
Fuck Zay Jones who's the best BC player ever.
Dude, I saw someone as the number 3 overall wide receiver available.
Bullshit. That kid won't even be in the league in 3 years.
Yeah.
See, this is the type of commentary we
N'Keal
get.
Harry played in the league for 3 years.
Yeah. Yeah. When Lamar Jackson comes here and can't win a playoff game 2 years from now, this is the type of commentary you're going to get from Ray. Like, I told you we shouldn't have fucking brought him here. Okay, here's the Celtics. We're going to move it on the Celtics take. We didn't get to the Celtics tonight, but I'll give you a would you rather. Would you rather pay Jaylen Brown the Supermax and rely on the Tatum and Brown tandem to get over the hump and win a championship, or would you rather let Jaylen go and find the superstar player to pair next to Tatum to actually get there? And I don't know who that guy is, but give me the name if you want. Which route do you want to go?
Good, Bobby.
I'd probably keep Brown and Tatum. I think with the right coach and the right role players, they're fine. Joey Maz.
He hates Joe Mazzulla.
And everybody's coming on my train with that, okay?
Oh
Joey
my
Maz.
god.
I love the steadfastness how much he fucking hates Joe Mazzulla.
They do the same thing every fucking game.
Ray, can we get a t-shirt, just a white t-shirt that just says fuck Joey Maz?
Yeah, I can do that.
Please.
What color of font do you want?
Or maybe White Power Bobby's face was like a speak bubble.
It's hard to find White Bobby's fucking face on the
I
internet.
know, he is
Yeah.
invisible on the internet until now. Now he's got 100 shows.
Mm.
What do you want to do, Ray? Do you want to go get Damian Lillard and pair him up to
No, keep-
Dookie?
no.
Get Grampy.
keep-
That's a good idea.
No, keep Jaylen Brown. Sign him. It works. Let
Okay,
them
what if
do
I
this.
switched? What if it was trade Tatum for 4 first-round picks
No.
and 2 pick swaps and bring in Damian Lillard
No.
or Donovan Mitchell or
No, I
I
like the
might.
tandem.
I might do it.
Yeah, you would.
I don't think that-
7%ers.
Well, you got to tell me who the star would be. Like, I don't know. Like, who it would be? Like, there could be like a
Karl
better
Anthony
tandem.
Towns.
Like, who do you think would be the best person to go with Tatum?
If you put Donovan Mitchell in Jaylen Brown's spot, they would have won a championship last year.
That's
What
a
about
good
Klay
one.
Thompson?
No,
He's too old.
He's too old and doesn't have this. Jaylen Brown look, it's a short list. I'll give you that. I love Jaylen Brown. I like him more than Tatum. I've said this for years, Ray. You know I have. But he lacks the skill set to do what's needed at the end of these fucking games. Because Tatum lacks the balls to do it.
He's a bit of a
Donovan
compiler.
Mitchell is the perfect fit.
Yeah.
Dude's got the handle and the shot to go ISO and win you a game at the end.
Mm.
And he's got the balls to hit it.
Trey
What
Young.
about like a Tatum and a Jokic?
Fuck Trey Young. I hate Trey Young.
Okay. Luka.
I think it's only one guy. I honestly think it's only one guy. I think it'd
know.
only take Donovan
Kyrie.
Mitchell. Oh, Jack. Fuck you, Jack. Fuck you, Jack. I had so much to get to on the Celtics. God damn it. All right, let me get this out of my off of my chest here because I'm so angry. Let's get to some real serious would you rathers before we get to the end of the show. Would you rather have your hands covered in pubes or a bunch of little hands for pubes?
Bunch of little hands for pubes.
The little hands. That's easy.
Because can you use your little hands when they're
I mean, how?
pubes?
No, it's so tiny. They're like little hairs, but they like wiggle.
But do you
But-
control them like you would
That's
control
what I'm
your
saying.
normal
Deuces
hands?
like little spaghetti like down by your dick.
But am I
Like,
in
it's-
control of the hands?
Yeah,
Not
can I control?
really. No, can you control your pubes now?
But hands you can control, so it's just the hair
No,
that
yeah,
looks
but
like
hands for pubes.
So
you
it's
can't
just
control your pubes.
That's stupid. There's just
basically you're
fucking-
telling me it's just I have pube hairs that look like hands.
Yeah. But they
Well,
also
then-
like wiggle, like weirdly.
What happens when you shave?
No,
them?
I don't want that. No.
What happens when you shave your hands then?
You can shave your hands. It's just, they're pubes, so they grow back a lot and they itch.
Hmm. And the hands don't do anything down there.
I mean, you can shave the hands too, but it's gonna hurt.
Well-
Think about cutting off your hand.
No,
And
no,
hurt.
when we use
Well,
the word
that's
have your
random.
hands covered in pubes, can I just wash my hands and they come off?
Yeah, the same physics apply for washing pubes. Any loose pubes can come off in your hands too. So
So what
I'll
I
probably just
ta-
wash my hands and go with the first one then.
I mean, not do all your pubes come off underwater? What are you, some kind of
Yeah,
kind
it's
of
weird,
eunuch?
dude. Yeah,
Bobby's pubes are no match for water.
nope.
A little splash H2O and clean as a whistle.
So you're saying that the pubes are growing from my hands?
Yes.
Yeah. They're stuck on. It's not like a.
You know how
Like a-
Mike Welch has that little fucking strand right there? Like
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
a
No,
big-
he's got full on-
He's got pube. Fucking,
Adam's got shoulder pubes.
Yep.
Like
Mhm.
this is where the question's been on my mind for a long time. Some people I know just have like straight up pubes, but think
Yeah.
about it everywhere.
Yeah.
Tough. And then, no, you have to think about what pubes are. It's not like Teen Wolf. Like,
I'd
just kind
go-
of stray, long, stringy hair.
I'd go with the hands on the pubes. The hands for pubes. Because that'd be a cool little story to tell people, you know? I'd
Yeah,
just
yeah,
be-
it'd be interesting. And
Yeah,
then,
I
yeah,
guess
if
if
you
that's
flash
the
that
case,
out,
because
yeah.
if they're growing from my hand, I don't want that.
No, because
Yeah,
then everyone can
imagine,
see it.
like-
But this is covered until
yeah, and
or
if
a
you
nice
go, like,
party
no,
or something. You could be like, hey,
no,
look at this.
no grooming down there, and like the hands get big enough to be useful. That might be something.
Tickle my taint as I'm giving myself to stranger.
Yeah. Something. Well, they might slap you. No, not again.
No.
So many times today. Okay, last one. Would you rather your farts be super loud and smell or like nothing, or be silent and smell horrible?
Silent with a smell. What's a snake without the bite?
Yeah, definitely silent.
But do you remember practices with Paul Butler Garnham and just that awful egg smell that just filled the gym?
Yeah, he was a nasty fuck.
Is a nasty fuck.
I would just rather be loud, super loud, because it's just the part
That's
of it.
just that's everywhere in your entire life.
Yeah.
You're just sitting on a plane and you're like, oh fuck, here it comes. It's like,
but then
hey,
it doesn't. But it doesn't smell, so it's
yeah,
just
but this
funny.
is what you're gonna say. Hey, I promise this isn't gonna smell. And you know what the? You're just like, "Whoa."
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'd go with the super loud.
Okay, fair enough. All right. Quick break, and then we'll quickly do the simplest minds of the week.
Are you stupid or something? I'm as stupid as a stupid does.
Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot about March Madness.
Oh, please go on.
Me too.
Simplest minds of the week. Edwin Diaz, pitcher for the Mets, pulls a Gramatica'd at the World Baseball Classic. Ray sent this over in celebration. I actually didn't even look at it when you sent it. I just assumed that he hurt his arm because no pitcher in today's baseball climate can pitch more than a couple fucking years at a time without blowing something in their arm. But this was not the case. They won, and Edwin Diaz blew his knee celebrating like
PCL.
What was Gramatica's first name for the Bucks?
Automatic.
Martin
Gramatica.
Yeah.
Crazy celebration on a field goal and blew out his knee.
Yep.
Enter Edwin Diaz. Raymond?
Yep. And yeah, so basically they won and he celebrated, and now he tore his PCL and is out 6 to 8 months. Basically, the Mets season, the big free agent sign. Well, he wasn't he was a re-sign because he was a free agent. But yeah, Mets season pretty much now is gloom. The Mets are a jinx to anyone that goes there, and everything's right in the world.
Yeah, the Mets.
Nice job, Edwin.
Good love. Way to go, Edwin. Next on the list was Carson Breer, son of Daniel Breer. I'm sure you know him.
Go back real quick. How does that work, though? Because he got hurt at the World Baseball Classic. Do you still get your contract signed? Because you sure?
Totally.
Okay.
Unless there's something specific in there.
Yeah, unless there's a clause that said you can't go play. But I doubt that's the case.
Do you think now GMs are going to start writing that into the contracts, being like you can't go play in the World Baseball?
No, because I'm assuming the MLB has pretty. I bet they have stakes in the World Baseball Classic.
Oh, of course.
And they
or
want
the
players
MLB
going.
Players Union will be like, guys, fuck you. We run this league, and that's what's happening.
Go
True.
fuck yourself. Remember, was it COVID when the NHL was like nobody can leave? You guys can't.
Oh, for the Olympics. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And the NHLPA is powerless basically, and even they got a little bit of a hubbub. So yeah, the Major League Baseball players, no, you're good. Carson Breer, son of Daniel Breer, the Philadelphia Flyers GM. Speaking of hockey, this guy is a wheelchair assassin. Wheelchair assassin, I'm sorry.
Wheelchair assassin.
And overall, just general basic bitch douche.
Yep.
Based on the video that Ray you found and sent, they're at some club. I guess
it's like a frat party. It looked like.
I don't know. They're
He was at a college. He was at a college. He's a prominent college hockey player, and it looked like a frat party that someone needed the wheelchair to go, obviously use, and then they needed to bring the person down to use the bathroom because the bathroom was downstairs at the frat party. And Daniel, what is this kid named? Carson Breer. Yeah, just pretty much threw the wheelchair down, being funny, down the stairs, broke it. Person couldn't use it, so they had to carry the person around. And now there's charges going against him because they probably found out who his daddy was. And now this kid's fucked. His career's fucked. And probably this guy's going to be out of a job because that's what Americans do now, is just make your life living hell because your son did something fucking stupid.
I like you playing two sides of the fence here.
No, thank you.
Like, this kid's a real dick for doing this.
Since when
but
are you
also-
not pro people getting drunk and doing dumb shit? Okay.
Never.
I've
never done that.
You really described this as a real heinous act. If you watch that video, it's in the stairwell of whatever it is, a club, a house,
I guarantee
or a club.
if
Whatever.
you were there, Ray, you would have thought that shit was hilarious.
Probably.
Fuck yeah, you would have rode it. We would have rode it down the stairs.
Exactly.
My immediate
Yes.
reaction was, this kid's a pussy. He didn't ride it down the stairs himself. He just slightly tossed it.
The headline fucking pissed me off because when it said this kid pushed it down I thought I was going to see someone in the chair that he's pushing down the fucking stairs. And then I'm like, it's a fucking empty wheelchair. Who gives a fuck?
It was just an empty
Why
wheelchair.
is this even
Yeah.
a story? Like,
But now,
just
like,
because
everyone's
one
up in
drunk
arms.
kid does something, it's
Oh, yeah.
just
Yeah,
'cause
it's
he's
like,
the
well,
GM.
who is the other kid that has to? Where's my wheelchair? Oh, he pushed it down the stairs. Like, oh, here's a lawsuit coming. I'm with you on that one. Did it break? I don't know. Whatever. We are losing standards of being an asshole. Like in our day, if that was the case, we saw a wheelchair, probably would have like looked around, thought about it. Who needs this wheelchair? Do we like that person, or are they a
Nope.
shit?
Nope. Let's
Or
do it.
either
the
way,
second thought
who
would
are we
be,
putting-
what
who are we
else can I put
strapping
in
into
this
this fucking
wheelchair
thing and
as I
sending it
throw it
down?
down here?
Yeah, and then we'll fix it, or we'll take care of the person that needed it.
Who's the drunkest here? Let's fucking throw him down the fucking stairwell in this fucking wheelchair. Let's do it.
Yeah, these fucking Gen Zers. Okay, let's end the show on this one. The Rage Builder for Ray. I found this on Bobby's daily ledger, the New York Post.
Yeah.
Here's the headline. Gen Z drivers say this gesture is bigger insult than flipping the bird. I'm just gonna read it. Stop me when something catches you. Gabriel.
Right there.
Young
Gabriel.
Let
the boy watch.
Let the boy watch. Gabriel DeLeon, not sure that's the name. I'm not sure what gender it is, and I'm not sure if gender even matters. May only be 4'11", yet the 28-year-old social media manager can be an absolute lion in rush hour traffic. But she doesn't display her road rage with a middle finger or by honking her horn. In recent months, she's been expressing her anger from behind the wheel with thumbs down. She goes on to say, quote, "It's much more impactful than giving the middle finger because it's such a major sign of disapproval." She told the Post. It just hits differently. While thumbs down emoji was recently placed on the chopping block by younger members of the workforce for its, quote, rude and hostile undertones. Can I stop there? I didn't know that the thumbs down emoji is no longer acceptable in professional text messages or something?
What?
Because it hurts people's feelings.
Has this girl ever been called? Because I don't know about thumbs down, but I roll my window down and be like, you fucking come in my lane again. I'll
He'd be sitting there just
slash
doing
your
this
fucking
back to
head."
you.
Yeah, and I'll be like,
No,
"Yo,
don't
fuck
you
yourself,
feel-
fucking
Don't you feel disapproved? Don't you feel disapproved?
yeah."
They'd be like,
Yeah.
what is this caveman here?
Ray's just fucking see you next Tuesday and her into the
I
fucking
just be
dirt.
fucking pulling down my pants, showing my asshole to her. Fuck you.
20 or 30 somethings insist that flash of downward facing digit is more hurtful. Quote,
God,
form
this
of
country's
roadway
such a pussy.
retribution.
Stop. This fucking country's just going downhill. I can't wait for China to take us over. Jesus fucking Christ.
Whoever
Hey,
gets here
social-
first.
Social media manager, obvious one. Listen to this. The hashtag thumbs down has more than 16 million views. All right, so start putting
Yeah.
hashtag thumbs down.
What about
Okay.
hashtag fucking eggplant? So I'm gonna send to that girl's mother because she should have fucking
Patriots off season, hashtag thumbs down. Suck it, Belichick.
No, you can't. That's too mean.
No, yeah, that's
That's
right.
too
Yeah,
mean.
just leave it at thumbs down. He'll be
Thumbs
real
down,
hurt.
Yeah, you'll be real hurt.
Quote, the second you receive, this is what she says. Oh, there's a picture of her. She looks non-threatening. Quote, the second you receive a thumbs down in person, it's like they pushed your personal dislike button. It can be triggering. Brenna Sharp, 31, told the Post. Sharp, a zip line instructor from Hawaii,
What?
stopped giving the middle finger for giving thumbs down in late 2022, like she fucking chronicled it, in an effort to set a better example for her 3-year-old daughter. She also thinks it's a more effective way with whoever is offending her. It's a wake-up call, she said, like, oh my gosh, I guess I made a mistake there. They're really disappointed in me.
This fucking people, man.
Can I go? Should I go on? It
Your
certainly had an
mother
effect
took
on
us to
TikTok.
her.
Paige Brickle,
Jesus
26.
Christ.
She told her followers that she's still bothered about the time she received the hand imprinted after driving too slowly on a roadway fraught with elks during a trip to Colorado. Quote, I think about getting the thumbs down every single day, she lamented. Flipping people off when you're driving is dead. Give them the thumbs down. They'll never forget you. That goes on. I have more. Joe Navarro, a nonverbal communication body language expert, told the Post seemingly benign gestures can have a painful impact on a person owing to mental shortcuts in the brain that cause people to experience immediate emotional reactions to situations. The quote, he says, the brain thinks in heuristics, said Navarro, the mental alleyways. And when it sees something that dramatically changes the shape of the hand, leaving only 1 or 2 digits poking out, it makes you feel bad. Fuck you, Joe Navarro.
What's this mean? This is not 1 or 2 digits.
Yeah, what does this
Joan?
mean? Oh, man, this was good.
No, it wasn't. I got very angry reading that.
I knew you would. This is why it's funny. We're in an age where we need symbols to represent what we deem good and bad, Navarro says. Oh, that was funny.
No, it
wait,
wasn't.
Let me finish this off with Gabrielle's story. Gabrielle, who only started flashing the thumbs down at fellow drivers at the start of the year, said she's already seeing surprising results. She recently used the gesture after an Acura sedan was nearly sideswiped by a distracted driver talking on the phone. Quote, "The guy looked at me and was in shock," she said with a laugh, noting that the added satisfaction of scolding the motorist without having to become too antagonistic. A few seconds later, I looked over into his car and he had put his phone down. Fucking way to go, Gabrielle.
Did it.
Changing the world. One thumbs down at a time. I
What a
fucking these people.
What a I'm going to find this girl. I'm gonna say, hey, we're a part of the New England motorist group, and we would really like you to come on and talk about your thumbs down movement. And just be like, you're a fucking you. How do you feel now, motherfucker?
Oh, so many beeps.
The
All right.
old school, invite them into the chat room to get them.
Yeah.
Yeah, the AOL chat room bully session.
Yeah. What hurts more, this or me calling you a? Tell me now.
She's like
All
the
right.
first one.
This has been the Simple Man Sports Show. Friday we run March 17th. Happy St. Patrick's Day to you all. Be safe on the roads. Avoid the thumbs down or you'll get your hurt.
I'll pull you over for DWI. Sorry.
Hey, officer.
Sorry.
Thumbs down to you.
Sorry, sir. You're being rude.
I got something troubling on my mind. I got something troubling on my mind. I got something floating side of side. I got something on my mind.
Marty! You've got to come back with me! Where? Back to the future!
Yeah, Bobby Bland.
That's me.
Fucking Bobby Bland back again.
The
See,
day I
I'm-
get some time to myself, I can do this.
So
That'll be the day.
12 years, we're gonna be looking at this bland wall.
It's possible.
Time to ourselves. Yeah, those days don't exist anymore. This is it. This is why we do this. This is the time to ourselves.
Okay. Well, hold on. I have a lot to do right now. So
Yeah, well, if the camera starts shaking vigorously from below, you're in your general lap region, we'll understand where you're at.
vigorously would be a strong word.
Happy St. Patrick's Day to you,
Top
Raymond.
of the morning. Top of the morning.
This is Ray's favorite holiday. He loves
I hate
Irish
this
people.
holiday. I hate Irish people. God, do I hate Irish people? Why don't I get a holiday? Where's my holiday? Where's the French holidays?
Don't you have like several days off during the year now?
No. Christmas?
French holiday.
Oh,
Christmas?
I was going. Seeing as sometimes you identify as Jewish, I was going with that.
Occasionally.
Shalom. I have 8 crazy nights. I forgot. I apologize.
Yeah, man, you get fucking 8 of them.
It just happened too.
Yeah.
Didn't.
Yeah.
A month ago. 3 months,
What a-
whatever.
Hanukkah's in December.
Whatever.
Damn it, Bobby.
Me is Jewish. Well, speaking of Hanukkah, what do we say we start the show, the Simple Mind Sports Show, talk the latest and greatest in New England sports on today, St. Patrick's Day, as we celebrate a great St. Patrick. We're getting all the snakes at Ireland. What else did he do? Is that it?
I don't know. He must have been a drunk, right?
Yeah, you'd think.
And what a great fucking holiday to have on March Madness weekend. Whoop. Whoop.
Yeah, we'll get into that. We'll get into the March Madness of it all. We're recording here on Thursday, which historically has been a real fun day for me personally, and just wasn't the case this year. And
Well, I remember before this Thursday, the opening day, it's like a take off a work day or do whatever you're doing and just like sit around and watch these games. Now it's just whatever.
I remember Nardone used to let us watch it in civil law class. That was like the only perk. That and seeing Jess Parmelo and Emily Palin's thongs rotting up their fucking backsides, their whale's tails. That was the only good thing about that fucking class.
You seem to remember a lot about that class.
Me and Grant would just look at each other, like kick each other's desks, and be like, "Look, it's black today."
I remember running a gambling Ponzi scheme with Peter Harrison off of the NCAA tournament.
Well, of course. Did you get paid?
Yeah, it worked out well.
Very good, then.
He was good at those things.
Yeah, liar and a thief. Back to Nardone, including the thongs and March Madness, was also visualizing or daydreaming about just being bludgeoned by those warhammers. Were they in there too?
No, that's Bill. No,
That came later?
I would
That
never
came
think of that. I would not want to be suffocated with those things.
Got it. Okay. Well, speaking of suffocation, Ray, why don't you suffocate us with your opening take as we start the show here on St. Patrick's Day?
At first I was all about Bill Belichick.